What's up guys, and welcome to Bad Boy Toy Club. My name is Dave, and today we're going to be taking a look at the real Ghostbusters Peter Venkman and Samhain 2-pack from Mondo. Finally, the end of summer vacation is here. The kids are back in school and dad can get back to his action figure shenanigans. I really missed making videos as much as I was, but I loved hanging out with my family way more. Now, for those who didn't know, these figures were just a fun fan art concept by the very talented Alex Brewer. Bro, I remember being on my phone just chilling on my couch when these renders popped up on my feed. He made all 4 Ghostbusters and they were perfect. And that was Halloween of 2023. After that, because of the immediate fan response, Mondo acquired the license for Ghostbusters, not only making this a dream come true for Alex Brewer, but for all the fans that have longed and waited for the perfect rendition of animated style Ghostbuster figures. So what we're going to be checking out today is the exclusive 2-pack, which includes Peter Venkman, Samhain, and a tiny little Ghost Buddy Slimer. Isn't that like 3 figures? Nope. 2.5? Now there's 2 reasons I wanted to make this video, and the first reason was to see if the juice was worth the squeeze on these figures, considering their price is $202 shipped. Damn! This will be my first time seeing these figures in person, so I want to see if the quality justifies the price. And the second reason for this video is to see if these figures mesh well with another set of Mondo figures that were gifted to me by my good friend Chris. Thanks, Chris. Okay, so it's time to power up our proton packs, lay down our traps, and catch us some ghosts. Or monsters, maybe. Okay, so here we have the shipping box. It's in your typical Mondo shipper. I'm not going to take too long with this. It looks like this one's been scraped by a couple of troublemakers. This is crazy. Ooh, my God. Look at that. Spoiler alert. What is going on with the post office, bro? You can always trust on Mondo being super careful with their packaging. See, I would have scraped up the box right there, but you don't have to worry about that because they think ahead. Oh, cool, dude. Wow, that is awesome. Look at that. Here is an awesome representation of the Firehouse. It's got a nice matte finish on there. This looks like it's magnetized. Yes, you can see 2 little magnets here. You got the Mondo exclusive sticker on the side. More bricks. What happened here, guys? What happened here? Lucky for me, I'm not an inbox collector, so I'm not gonna have to worry about any of this. Got some graffiti. Slimer was here. Little trash can monster. Real Ghostbusters logo here. More bricks on the side. Nothing crazy here. A little rooftop on the top. Now let's give credit where credit is due. Not enough toy companies do this. The concept and sculpting, as I mentioned, was Alex Brewer. Mark Bristow is in charge of the paint. Hector Arce and Peter Santamaria are in charge of art direction. Brett Parson is responsible for the packaging art. And we have Jordan Christianson on package design. All right, so I'm gonna open this with you guys. Here we go. There they are. Man, way smaller than It's funny, in my head I imagine them a lot bigger, but my brain is getting adjusted as we speak now. Let me go ahead and pull these guys out so you can see how they come in the package, and we can check out the box inlay. Here we have everybody in their hyperbaric chambers, and we'll be diving deeper into this in a second. Check this out. We have an inlay that shows you inside the Firehouse and a bunch of little standees. That's cool. This is taped with like regular shipping tape. What if I wanted to use the inlay for some background stuff, guys? Why are you taping this so? Oh, I'll use a heat gun later for this. We're doing our best. We're doing our best. Does anybody really use these guys as background, like the inlay stuff? They're a little glossy. Get yours from Nostalgia Unbox. He makes amazing background accessories for things like the sewer layer and turtle vans, and I'm sure he'll come up with something for these guys. That's cool. It comes with these cutouts, these little standees. Let me get these out of here. All right, cool. Look at that. It's a nice matte finish. These are cool, bro. This is just cool stuff to add into the background. I won't be needing these today because I have a better idea. That's cool. You see the inside of the Firehouse. Could totally use this, but now I gotta take this tape off and hopefully it doesn't look ghetto. So here's the pack out, guys. It's everything that you see here. I'm gonna go over all the accessories in detail, starting with Peter's. First up, we have the proton pack. Here it is, pretty detailed. I like the time that they took to paint all these things. Look at these little buttons in there, dude. That's insane. That's wild. This is tiny. So you have that. This is kind of like a bendy plastic. Is it bendy? No, it's just a soft plastic. I wish it was maybe like a rope or like a string, kind of like the new ones they're making USB-C chargers with, like a threaded string. Just gotta be careful with this. You'd never want that to break off. And here is the blaster. Look at the amount of detail that they put into this thing. That's crazy in there. That yellow and blue, those little yellow and blue stripes. This is quality for sure. These are details that they could have skipped out on all these things, but look at that screw. Man, that's wild. This little zip tie here. Really, really great attention to detail. Here's the front of it. Here you can put the proton pack on him with these tabs. Both come out. Let me not mess with that too much. He brings 2 of these gloved grab hands. These just, you know, pop into the figure, but this pops into the wrist. I'll show you what that looks like. One of my favorite accessories when it comes to Ghostbusters is the ghost trap. I've always loved this as a kid. And you have this version, which you can slide this onto the trap. Oh no. You could slide it on wrong. Bruh. And now you're stuck like Chuck. All right. Cut! I might have been the only idiot to put this in backwards, but I'm gonna heat it up a little bit. There's nothing a heat gun can't handle. There we go. We've got the closed trap. Look at what? Look at this, bro. Look at this little gauge. Wow. Dude, is that? I can't even tell with the naked eye. Hold on. It's got a whole energy level with a max out red line. This is insane. The trap has a coated wire, which is risky to me. Bothers me. It scares me. I have the most not so graceful meat gloves. Ugh. We've got the foot switch along with this coated wire. That leads all the way up to the trap itself. Lots of nice attention to detail. A little button. How do you paint that down there? Like that little button. Like how do you get there? How do you do that? That's crazy. We've got 2 heads on Peter. We've got this grumpy one and the one that comes on the figure in his typical arrogant Peter fashion. He's got that little smirk. Hey, how's it going? I really love the expressions that Alex Brewer captured on these guys. There's also a gradient on the hair, so it goes from dark to light. Really cool. Really nice attention to detail. They also went and gave him a tiny little highlight in the eyeballs. Are these things hand painted or are these painted by robots? I don't know. As far as I can tell, I think these guys are perfect, dude. It comes with what I thought was a great looking accessory when they sculpted it, the proton pack blast effect, where you've got this blue and this yellowish bluish green, back to the blue and the clear. Really, really cool. I was hyped when I saw this. This was a very cool effect. Also throwback to like the 80s Kenner figures where, you know, you just do that all day. Which pops on here on the end of the proton pack. And now he's blasting away and bust your ghosts. We've got Slimer. I was really looking forward to seeing this, what seems to be a perfect Slimer. He even has slime on him. Look at that. Comes with the Mondo sweats, as I like to call it. Let's see his articulation. His arms go around like this. I would have liked a little more articulation on him. Maybe like, you know, hinge, but that's just more. The future is going to cost more money. I like that there is a gradation of heavy green slime here. Cool way to show him. Oh, can you take it off? I don't. Oh my God. So you can articulate at the stand. It's on a ball joint and I'm sure you can take this out. Pops back in. It's a pretty cool looking accessory, dude. Like this is awesome. You got the details, his mouth's painted, you got his gums painted. There's a gradation on him of like dark green and light green. Cool. I like the way they made this. He looks pretty fire. The suit is just one solid brown. Can't tell if maybe there's like a small airbrush. I think there might be barely like just like a slightly darker tone on the edges here and overspray. His elbow pads, which always reminded me of Ninja Turtle elbow pads. Here's a once over on Peter. You see the details on his belt. He's wearing a Dickies uniform, bro. It's good. Now let's take a look at Samhain here. So he brings 3 heads. Got this kind of chill head, just not really angry, not really bugging, maybe like just kind of talking and trying to strike fear into you. What do you guys want to do for Halloween? And he brings this crazy, creepy, angry smirk with the black mouth. They all have the black mouth, but this one is a lot darker. The color on this one is like a blue, like a grayish blue in there. And then here you have this black. This is definitely creepier than that one. And then there's this one, which is slightly less creepy. Come here, little girl. Gross. He's got these, what I like to call the creepy spawn hands, pointing and reaching out. He's got a grabbing hand. For what? What's he gonna grab, dude? Peter by the throat. And he's got this very, very awesome, like, spread out, open palm. So you can see here, get out of here. The details on the fingernails. There's a gradation when it comes to the hands. There's like, I guess like a light airbrushing of a gold or yellow to the darker orange. So that's a cool transition. He also has shadows in all his wrinkles and on his fabric, which are more prominent than on Peter's. This looks good, bro. This is nice. His wizard sleeve. It's got this big old spawn collar. That doesn't turn, but his head does. So if you just want a little pumpkin head, you're good. There's paint gradation on his head. You have a darker orange here, goes into a lighter, and the details on the teeth. But this is probably the coolest accessory that this thing comes with. Next to Slimer, obviously. Slimer's pretty dope. But this version of Samhain, which is going into the ghost trap, this is pretty fire. This is such a great concept, and even the detail on this, it doesn't skip. The only thing that's probably missing is the gradation on here and maybe the dark shadows, but he's got, you know, the light effect from this highlight here of this bluish gray from the trap opening up, this climbing laser effect on his body. This thing's out of hand, bro. Such a clever design. Props to you, Alex Brewer. This is awesome. You just get that and you slide it on here, and now you're trapping ghosts. So cool. Even if you didn't want to display this guy, you can still display this guy and take up less shelf space, and just bring this guy out on Halloween to scare all the kiddies. Let's go over articulation on Peter. His head goes up and down all around on a ball joint. He's got a tilt. His shoulders go up. What I like is he feels loose, but not too loose. He feels just right. This is how an action figure should feel like. It shouldn't feel like you need to heat things up or any of that nonsense. Okay, so he's got shoulders that go up about yay high. T-pose them. You know, they go all the way around. Bends at the elbows. The wrists are on a swivel, and they go around. His body turns around all the way. I like the details on his belt, his beeper, his whatever that is. Ghostbuster fans, tell me in the comments. Yeah, you can see the highlights on him. It's these subtle little things. There's, bro, for some reason I feel like there's a light brown, a dark brown, and then like a medium brown. I'm not exactly sure, but that's what I'm seeing with my naked eye. They painted the details here. I think paint is stealing the show here on these guys, and Sculpt, but obviously. All right, moment of truth. No Van Damme splits from Peter.
No!
Well, what's he gonna do, bro? He's just a guy who lives in New York. What's he trying to do? He's just trying to get to work, pay rent. It's expensive everywhere. I'm trying to articulate his leg forward. Maybe I should heat him up because I can't tell. Bro, like, I'm getting flashbacks. All right, hold on. All right, heated him up a little bit, and his leg moves forward. This is bendy plastic, so his keychains can, move with his leg. His leg doesn't go farther back. Right there, his stops with his butt, which I think that's one of the things Mondo does. They try to preserve the butt. There's only one butt that you guys needed to preserve, and that's that one, because, you know, we could do without a little slice here to allow for more of a range, make him look like he's running. It's just like on a regular knee joint. Nothing double jointed or anything. His boot goes around, and he's got this pivot. Does it? Oh, nice. He's got an ankle rocker. The heel on this guy bends a little too much, which is scary, but whatever, dude. It's better than nothing. His leg goes forward that much. So you try to get like a little running pose from him. Hand pose dudes on Instagram. Da-da-da-da. So yeah, you can get, a little running pose if you desire. I don't know if you could stand him like that. Maybe once you put your proton packs on him. But yeah, that's about as crazy as you're gonna get with this guy. But I mean, they're just usually standing there with their electronic lassos and little traps. Are we done with the articulation? Yes, let's go. And here we got Samhain. His head articulates here. It looks down, which is great. It looks up, but it stops because of the collar. Collar doesn't turn, so that's that. I don't want to turn his body, but I will because I'm an idiot. So yeah, it looks like you can turn his body all the way around. For why, I don't know. His shoulders go up about yay high. Arms can go up and around. Elbow joints. Again, these guys don't feel like you gotta heat them up. Except for Peter's legs, which did need some heat. His wrists are on a joint hinge here, so you can go, come on, girls. break the wrists. No articulation on the legs. This guy has failed the Van Damme split test forever. It would have been funny, like you got here, he's got like orange legs with like fishnet stockings and some black high heels. That would have been hilarious. Kinda? Maybe? No. And last but not least, this stand for Peter to put him on there, because apparently no figures these days can stand without a stand. I don't know why. Everybody needs a stand, but there you have it. Ghostbusters! Alright guys, you're gonna have to excuse some crazy noises that are gonna be coming out of the background. Apparently, there's ghosts here at the shop. Not really, they're just installing an air conditioner for the neighbors here. And there's a bunch of weird noises and drilling and sweeping that's going on right now. So bear with me. If I have to voice this over, I will. So hopefully some of my background music will drown it out. So I had to heat this guy up because this little clip here, the little clip that holds on to the blaster, seems really like tight. So it's hard to put this guy in here and take it out. But heating it up kind of opened it up a little bit, but it holds on there really good. So just be careful with that, because you know you don't want to break the handle and you don't want to break the clip. And with the trap, it's wild. This freaked me out because I was, what is this, dude? Okay, so I had to wrap this around with a pencil. And what scared me, oh, everything falling apart. Yeah, there it is. Wonderful sounds. Yes, amazing. Love it. Love people drilling in the morning. The cable, this freaked me out, but the cable kind of like can spin on that. I don't like this at all. I would have loved the string. Wires freak me out. This guy clips here onto the proton pack. Right there, there's a little hook to clip it on, and the more overloaded this thing is, the cooler it looks. So I'll just throw these guys here. There we go. Look at that, man. That's freaking cool, dude. Very awesome, because I love that you can just put everything on one dude and that's it. I love when figures can hold most of their accessories. I love when you can load them up like that. I saw before these even came out that people were complaining about this being too thick. Yeah, if you want to cry about it, that's fine. It's thinner here and it gets thicker here, but dude, like, I don't know. You could have either done a string, but I don't know, that looks cool. I like, you can see it more. A string would just straight up hang down. This gives it some shape. Could have thinned it out, but that's a nitpick, dude. Like, I don't really care. The figure as a whole looks great. Peter, we got Slimer, and we've got Samhain here, which his head pops off real easy. I want to put that creepy head on there. So this is Mondo's Ghostbusters, the first figures to drop, and I personally love them. I love the crazy amount of detail that's into this. I love that this was made by a Ghostbusters fan. Here we go! I love that this was made by a real Ghostbusters fan. Alex Brewer knocked the sculpting out of the park. Mark Bristow with the paint on these guys killed it. The paint on these is above par. So I think the question a lot of people have on their minds is, are these guys worth the price? Honestly, if you sold me this for 50 bucks, and even this for 50 bucks, I'd get it. If you sold me everything here, which, you know, this guy's 100 bucks. If you head on over to Toy Stalker, you can still pick up Peter and Slimer, and don't forget to use Bad Boy Toy Code at checkout to save yourself 10%. If I was playing the prices right, I'd say that this guy for sure 50 or 60 bucks. This guy, based on the articulation sculpt, same thing. You're still at like 120. This guy, from what I understand, a lot of people have wanted like a perfect Slimer, and you know, this could be what, 20 bucks. So we're at like 140 bucks. But then you have the accessories, these big heads. This accessory is amazing. Like the amount of work that they put into all the tiny details, it's great. Stuff like this. But I feel there's something else behind the pricing, and I understand, I get it. They had to get the license from Hasbro. They're probably gonna come out with the 4 figures, maybe a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, maybe a crowdfunded Firehouse. Thanks GDL for that. Great, spend more money on these things, but I apply a FOMO charge of $50 to $100 on anything I buy, because there's been times where I've missed out on something and If you told me these guys were worth 400 bucks on the aftermarket because they're no longer available, I would have easily paid what they cost now at that time. So it's weird. I kind of like think about that. I'm like, okay, stuff might be limited. It might not be available. So you know what? This might be the last time I get to see figures like this. Or maybe not. Maybe Hasbro does the same exact thing. But for now, you know, like, oh my gosh. For now, was it worth it? To me, yes, because I really wanted them. You know, like if you really want something, you're gonna buy it. After seeing these guys at San Diego Comic-Con all together with Ray, Winston, Egon, yes, definitely. With the giant ghost, yes. If I walked by and somebody was like, hey, how much do you think all this is? I'd probably shoot out the price that it most likely is because they look amazing. You know, things that I would suggest, maybe, I mean, you can't get much more articulation on this guy. He's a ghost. He's got like, you know, no body really. Like, what are you gonna do? Twist his fabric or whatever. Soft goods, I love this. I love that there's no soft goods on these guys. It just gives me more action figure vibes instead of like a doll vibe. Maybe a couple more accessories, maybe some different hand expressions for Peter. Maybe you can include that with Ray, like who knows. But yeah, I think for me personally, it was worth it. And now the moment I've been waiting for, guys, I think it's time for bonus action figure unboxing. So how can we have the real Ghostbusters without real monsters, guys? That's right. These guys are brought to you by my friend Chris, who got these for me. I had to see these guys with the Ghostbusters, see how they mesh. So I'm going to go over this real quick. This is a part of Mondo's squads. This is the exclusive as well of the Aaahh Monsters from the Nickelodeon show, which, I mean, we all remember. But let me run through this real quick. The box, it's got a big hairy monster or somebody's bald head with a tick or a roach on there. You pop this open, and here you've got Ickis, you've got Oblina, and you've got Crumb up top with a bunch of cockroaches everywhere. The box just has the logo all the way around along with a hairy back. Here's everybody responsible for this squad. Includes 4 figures and accessories. So let's pop this bad boy open. Inlay is just a curtain with stars and moon. Okay, so I took these guys out, and it's a lot of stuff. It is a lot of stuff for 150 bucks. More on that later. Here we've got Ickis, we've got Oblina, and we've got Crumb, which is crazy. Crumb comes with 2 whole bodies, like the Scare version and his original version, just regular. He's kind of like a Mr. Potato Head thing. His mouth pops on and off, so you can change his expression. I'm gonna go with this one for now. And they bring 3 stands, 2 arms for Ickis, 3 arms for Oblina, the Oblina figure. We've got Zimbo right here. Also comes with this Oblina throwing up entrails and organs and gross stuff. I'll probably go with that one. And then there's this other head where she's got her tongue sticking out, up to no good. The Ickis has this angry head, this scared head. I love this expression. This is awesome. This regular head he brings. And we've got Bonsti here, little baby. Dude, this is a lot of stuff for 150. So I think the amount of plastic that you got here compared to the Ghostbusters, of course. So I think what's crazy is for the, oh fudge. So I think what's crazy is the amount of plastic that you get for these guys at 150 and then these guys at 200. So what's wild about that, Mondo's not a bunch of jerks trying to steal your money. I'm sure licensing had to do a lot with the cost of these guys. Do I feel it was worth it? Again, some people might not feel it's worth it. For me, it's worth it. I wanted these guys. I got these guys to put them all together and have some fun. I'm going to be happy when I have these guys all in hand, all 4 Ghostbusters, all 4 ghosts. And even if they come out with a Stay Puft, that might seem like it's worth, you know, the right amount of price because it might be big if they come out with a Stay Puft. I'm assuming they will. Sorry to put that out there, world. But yeah, let's put these guys together. It's probably crazy. Oh, look at that. That's not a ball peg at all. Let's put this guy in here. There we go. Nice. Yeah, these guys are gonna have a hard time standing up. His ears are super heavy, and that's why they all bring stands. I know she can't stand either. She's like a little top heavy. So lucky we've got stands for all these. But boom, we got her. Her head pops off pretty easy. I'll put this gross head on there. Bro, this is awesome. The detail on these guys You know, minimal articulation. I'm not gonna go over all that. Her, get this out of here. Can't believe these squads come with so much stuff. They weren't kidding it. I've never seen anybody open one of these guys up, but now I see what the big deal with the squads is. Samhain in here, leader of the pack. Bro, I love how all these guys look together. So cool, dude. They kind of blend well. The only thing that kind of like strikes a difference is the hatch lines on them, but man, they still bounce off each other real well, so that doesn't matter, man. It's cool. It's like until the other ghosts get in here. What I really wasn't expecting is to fall in love with the squads now. Talk about more pluck for your buck. That felt like there's no thinking. Yeah, this was totally worth it. The Ghostbusters, I feel like I have to kind of reason with it. I've spoken with some people about licensing, and I understand it's hard sometimes when people are gatekeeping licenses. You can't really do anything about that. How bad do you want to make these toys happen, and are you willing to pay for it? And they've got to get marked up now. So now if they hike up the price for the license, you got to hike up the price for the retail and all that fun stuff. Guys, I'm not crazy, am I? Like, this is the crossover we never realized we needed, right? The day I purchased my Winston, I was just sitting there thinking about the Mondo squads because I had just seen the ones that were dropping at SDCC. Then it hit me that the real monsters would be like an awesome like addition to this line, just kind of crossing them over or whatnot. That's pretty awesome. Like, I mean, I wasn't wrong. This looks pretty dope. They do mesh well together, so to me that's a win as far as like the idea I had. So I'm stoked. I can't wait to see these guys with the rest of the Ghost and the rest of the Ghostbusters, and just have like a little battle sequence where they're just kind of like busting all the ghosts and trapping them. Why don't you guys let me know down in the comments what you thought if it was a good idea, if it was a bad idea, whatever. Do I feel these guys were worth it? To me, yes, because I wanted them. By whatever means necessary, I needed Alex Brewer to have somebody make these figures, and it was Mondo, and they knocked it out of the park. I think as far as the sculpt, the paint, the box, bro, again, throw these guys in a bag and wrap them up with some bubble wrap. I don't need a box. That should be an option with like a bunch of toy companies. Like, do you want nice packaging, or do you want a grocery bag wrap up job inside of, you know, like a regular Uline box? Send me that. I'm fine with that. That's gravy when it comes to that, dude. Like, some people might not agree with me, and that's fine. As we speak, Mattel's Snake Lair is at 97% funded. And you know what? That just goes to show if people really want it, they're gonna get it. I want it. I'm gonna get it. I backed it. I backed these. I backed the rest of this line. You know, so it's one of those things like, yeah, stuff gets pretty pricey. If you can't afford it, you shouldn't be buying it. Stuff, eventually it's getting to that point where there's a ceiling for everybody. And a lot of people are hitting that ceiling, and I'm starting to see that ceiling. I'm starting to like think, okay, maybe I can do less reviews and talk more about toys. Maybe that's gonna help me out. So we gotta adapt, we gotta do these things, and there's always the aftermarket. Tomorrow might be better as far as your finances go. Oh my God, I'm so annoyed by these people. Tomorrow your finances might be better and you could afford stuff a lot easier. And if things get better, you're gonna have to pay aftermarket prices, and that sucks. But you know, like, sometimes if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It doesn't mean other people can't enjoy these figures, and it doesn't mean they can't have fun. So people, buy what you want to buy, and let's not be such grouches about it. It's so weird. We live in a time where everybody's always divided and hating each other and hating on each other. I don't go into the Hot Toys community and complain that people buy these crazy things or they're overpriced. Oh yeah, they look this and that. That's fine, dude. I'm sure like Hot Toys isn't costing what they used to cost in the beginning, but that's not stopping people from buying them. Let's respect each other. Let's treat each other with kindness and like a little grace, and not be so harsh about action figures. It's like getting mad at somebody because they buy a car that they want to get. It's like, all right, cool, dude. If you can afford it, or if you want to put yourself in mad debt, that's your choice. So let's stop being so angry and judgy and crummy and grouchy, and let's just kind of like, all right, cool, man. I'm happy for you. You were able to get that. I wasn't. Okay, cool, whatever. All in all, let's just like be kind people. Let's elevate each other, and let's not just be a bunch of haters and just angry balls of static, because nobody likes that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be updated every time I post a new video. And until the next time, guys, stay cool and be bad.